Beetlejuice! 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 Whew. This close. I'll be right back. Welcome back, guys, to Little Paul of Horrors. I am Little Paul. This is Little Paul of Horrors, and thank you so very much for visiting my channel. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel, and thank you very much for all of your commentary on my previous short and on my previous video on milk and cereal. And I promise you, I will be coming out with a more in-depth look at an analysis and personal commentary on milk and cereal. That is in the future. We're going to talk right now about Beetlejuice. Holy crap! I loved this movie. No joke, no, strings attached, nothing at all. I loved this movie. I laughed. I thought it was great. It's one of the best horror comedies I have seen in a long time. It was refreshing. It was nostalgic. It was great. It just really put a huge smile on my face, as you can see right now. And I am just so happy to know that Tim Burton hasn't lost it. Michael Keaton hasn't lost it. Winona Ryder hasn't lost it. Catherine O'Hara hasn't lost it. Oh my God, it's just so damn good. So good. So let's get into it. Who directed it? Well, none other than the master himself, Tim Burton. Then we have Michael Keaton. Then we have Winona Ryder. Then we have Catherine O'Hara. And then we have Monica Bellucci. And then we have Jenny Ortega. And then we have Willem Dafoe. This cast. Oh, it was so good. This movie, from the moment it started on the big silver screen that I was watching, I just had a permanent smile on my face. I was so jacked up. I was so not disappointed with this movie. It is funny, it has its frights, it has its scares, but basically it's Michael Keaton at his best. Winona Ryder and him just do so well in this movie. I was so happy. It was just, and the storyline is so good, because at the end of the movie, not to ruin it for anyone, but it's a noodle scratcher. But it's a good noodle scratcher. You're like, exactly like that. It was so good. Oh, refreshing, funny, great script, great storyline. People were just doing their own thing. I just loved it. I didn't think that they could be, it could be that, the writing and the script itself would have been that strong, but it was strong, and the characters were strong, and the story was great, and the special effects were good. They used they basically used the old special effects that they used back 35 years ago. Can you believe it took them 35 years to make a sequel? Ah, but what I'm telling you, worth the wait. It is so good. So let me just start you off with a little bit. I'm not going to spoil the movie for you. I'm just going to start you off with a little bit right now. It's 35 years later. And Lydia Dietz, played by Winona Ryder, has a daughter, Astrid Dietz. The father has been killed. And Lydia Dietz has a great, she's a very successful ghost. She is a ghost, not a ghost hunter, but she talks to the spirits because of what happened in the first movie, right? So she sees ghosts, and she's made a profitable career out of this. And her daughter do not get along whatsoever. But then the death of her father brings them all together during at the funeral, and it just goes bonkers from there. The story is just so well laid out. There's like all of these things that just pop up out of nowhere. You're like, oh my God, it sucks you in, and you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting this, and then you see something else and you weren't expecting that. And I must tell you, dance montage inside that movie,
I'm telling you right now.
It was so good. I loved it. I just wanted to get out of my seat and start dancing. Like, yeah. I just felt like getting up and dancing. I just feel so good the day after having watched this movie because, yes, it is comedy, but it's also horror. And horror and comedy can come together. And who else better to do or to make a movie like that than Tim Burton himself? It was so good. Please, this is another video where I will tell you to just go watch it. Please go watch this movie. Please. This is better than any of the other stuff that I have watched from before. Oh my God, movie after movie after movie after movie of sheer garbage. And now we come to something that is, breath of fresh air. Oh, it was so good. You guys need to go watch this movie. They are projecting really good results in this movie, and I really hope it does well because I'm telling you, people left from there. You could hear them. They were like, oh, great movie, so good, so well done. And it's just, oh, it's fluid. It's just starts from A to Z. It's kept simple and straightforward. There are a lot of like there are a few overlapping variables that get into the movie itself, but wow, this is just I was anticipating something mediocre, but wow, it was so good. Whew, that's all I could say. It was such a good movie. Please do yourselves a favor. Say to yourselves with your loved ones, whether it be boyfriend, girlfriend, relatives, a friend, somebody, and say, you know what? I want to go get, a little bit scared, but I also want to laugh. This is the perfect movie. The melange in it is so well done. It's evenly distributed. It is just such a feel-good, scary, funny romp with so many a few twists and turns here and there that keep it going and keep it interesting. And I'm telling you, Michael Keaton just does a phenomenal job. I'm just like, I was just blown away. I was like transported back 35 years ago. He is Beetlejuice. I don't want to say it 2 more times. He didn't appear the first time, but why chance it? Now, I again want to reinforce the fact that this movie is a movie worth watching. It's a movie that is going to make you feel good, or hopefully it should, will make you laugh, and it's just Tim Burton. What else can I say? It's Tim Burton at his finest. The original crew being brought back with a few new additions, one missing, and I was just so floored, so good. It was so choice, as Ferris Bueller would say. So that's what I wanted to tell you. I don't want to spoil this movie. This is a movie where I just gave you a little bit of a taste at the beginning, just a little bit. But go watch it because that's when flavor is going to hit you. You're going to be like,
Wow. That was good.
It was good. It's a good movie. Please go watch it. Do not waste your time. Like after you watch this, just race out, go watch it. Pay your money, put it down, go watch it. And for an hour and 45 minutes, you're going to be entertained from A to Z, from beginning to end. And I really hope that it's going to make you feel as good as it did for me. Because finally I was like, good. A good horror slash comedy movie that just does so good. Oh, how many times have I said it during this time? How many times? I don't know. I've lost count. Anyway, so I don't want to go. I don't feel like it's necessary for me to go any further with this because I really want you guys to go out there and to enjoy the film the way that I did. Really, go inside there and expect just typical and classic Tim Burton with all the best parts of Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Monica Bellucci was great. Willem Dafoe was just fantastic. Fantastic. And Catherine O'Hara, well, how can you go wrong with Catherine O'Hara? Jenny Ortega was good. She was. But, we're talking about the original cast with, veterans here. We're talking about veterans here. So veteran actors. So again, go watch it. Again, and with regards to this channel, please like, subscribe, and share the channel. If you've already watched the movie, please leave comments down below. Please, if you haven't watched the movie, watch the movie and then come back and leave comments as well. Give a thumbs up, give a thumbs down. Again, and please let this channel grow. I'm aiming for right now about 120, 125, which some, again, people might say, well, that's a big number for you, Paul. Well, for me, it is. It's equivalent. For some other people, might be equivalent to 1,000 or 2,000. But for me, it's it's slow and steady. As I said before, I am the producer, the writer, the director, the editor, and the star. Not a star, but the person in front of the camera.
Woo!
So, with that all being said, please take my advice. Don't say his name 3 times. And go and watch this movie. You will enjoy it. So until the next time, guys, Beetlejuice. What? Um, that wasn't me. I don't want to say his name a third time, so enjoy the show.